So in this video we're going to discuss chipping yips, how to get rid of them. You can even apply this to putting as well. And I am a golfer, I am for the most part a full-time coach, but I did play a little bit overseas and I have played in a few qualifying schools, European qualifying school and an Asian Tour qualifying school. So I do have some experience with the myth of yips. Now there was a certain point there from a personal perspective where I thought I had the yips in the final round going into the last round of the qualifying of the Asian Tour. Yips don't really exist. Yips only come about from one thing, which is a fear of failure, a fear of an unsuccessful outcome, and a super excessively tight grip. So if you want to cure yips and you feel like you've got yips, the first thing I would suggest to you is to take the club as lightly as you possibly can in your hands. The club needs to feel heavy. This thing needs to, it probably really only weighs, it certainly doesn't weigh 30 kilograms, but we want you to feel as if this thing weighs 30 kilograms and let the heaviness fall into the ball and fall into the grass. We want that softness, we want that heaviness. You'll be able to tell the difference if I make a few swings with a light grip. Club's heavy, everything's just moving nicely. This is what I look like when I thought I had the yips. Everything got tense. Forearms, arms, shoulders, mouth, everything got tense. So if you want to get rid of the yips, we're going to add a couple of things here. I'm going to give you a tip to help you feel that. Is if you're a right-handed golfer and you are a right-hander, I would simply take the club in your right hand and just make a few swings one-handed and just let the heaviness fall down. Don't worry about your wrist breaking or not breaking. Certainly don't try and keep it straight, because any sort of over control will get tension, 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 yips if you want to call it that. Let the heaviness fall into the grass. Now I'm going to hit a chip shot here, feeling as if my right hand's doing the whole job here and my left hand's just coming along as a passenger. Heavy. Somebody came along, if you came along right now, you could probably just pull that club straight out of my hands because I'm hardly even holding it. Once you're in motion, you'll naturally hold it tight enough, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is what a heavy club face feels like and looks like. So there's that nice heaviness. There was no yippy firecracker feel going off in my fingers because yips are coming from a white knuckle beginning position. You can see the blood in the fingers. Motion, a letting go and a re-gripping or a trying to get control back over the club again. That's that sensation that some firecracker has gone off in the end of your fingers. If you let the control end up being in here, in the heaviness of the head, rather than in the tips of your fingers, and let the control go to the club head, you will never have any feeling of yippiness, firecracker, nerviness. This is what a chip shot looks like when we are afraid of the outcome, we're gripping the club too tightly, and we're trying to control it. Now I can't feel anything in the club head. Club head feels like a feather to me, and this feels heavy. My shoulders have got tension. I've got tension because I'm fearing fatting it or blading it or shanking it or doing God knows what. Now that was a pretty good outcome, I've got to be fair, to a tight grip. But it certainly didn't have that nice gentleness that you'll see in a lot of tour players and a lot of the best players in the world. So if you feel like you've got the yips, let go of it. Let go of the club. Let the heaviness and the control go into the club head. I'm sure this will help you to feel more confident and for you to get rid of the tips and to understand the myth of the yips.